What's up YouTube, Silver Dragons here, and in this video I'm going to be covering the worst as well as the best types of silver for stacking or investing, so let's do it! Thank you so much for watching my video. I do sincerely appreciate it. If you would like to learn more about investing in precious metals, or if you just want to watch awesome videos about gold and silver, then make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you learn anything in this video, or if you just liked it, make sure to give me that thumbs up as well. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. All right, so let's get into the best and the worst types of silver for stacking or investing. I'm actually going to give you the 3 best and the 3 worst. But what do I mean by stacking or investing? So typically when people are trying to invest in physical silver, what they're doing is they're taking their fiat currency, converting that into precious metals with the idea of selling them in the short to mid-term if the price goes up. Now, there's absolutely nothing wrong with this. If you think the price of silver is relatively low right now, then absolutely you could look at this as an investment. A lot of people are trying to do that. But if you're a stacker, these are the people that are taking that fiat currency and converting it into silver for the long haul. Stackers are more looking at silver as a savings account, trying to preserve their wealth, trying to preserve their buying power over a long period of time. So whether you're stacking or investing, the stuff that I'm going to talk about in this video would apply to either of those types of people. Now, I've gotten so many questions recently saying, Silver Dragons, what type of silver should I be buying right now? What should I be sticking away from? So we're just going to cover all that in one video. So let's start out with the 3 absolute worst types of silver for stacking or investing. So number 3, without doubt, has to be silver shot.
You are without doubt the worst pirate I've ever heard of.
But you have heard of me.
Now, silver shot is absolutely beautiful. You can buy this from local coin shops. Some of them will carry silver shot. My refiner carries tons of silver shot. You can also buy it from online bullion dealers. I've seen this stuff being sold on Instagram recently. There's people that are buying silver shot and then selling it. And so you might see this and be like, wow, that's absolutely beautiful. That's a reasonably good price. Maybe I should buy some silver shot for an investment. Well, I'm going to tell you why that is not a good idea. The first reason is that it's not marked anywhere. Nowhere on it does it say this is silver. And the 3 things that you absolutely want to be on your silver is how pure is it, how much does it weigh, and then also, of course, is it silver, right? So you want it to be stamped silver, 3/9 fine, 1 ounce, or something like that. But silver shot doesn't have any of those things. Whereas, yes, it is very beautiful. It's very cool. It is silver. This is actually pretty hard to sell when you want to sell it. Typically, you're going to have to sell it to a refiner. So you know what the refinery is going to do when they buy this? Well, they're actually probably going to, you guessed it, refine it. And so they're going to pay you lower than what they would pay for just regular bullion, even though this might be pure silver. So they might only pay you somewhere like 80% of spot when you actually go to sell it. And that's just terrible getting a price like that. So if you brought in, let's say 10 ounces of silver shot and the price of silver was, I don't know, $20 an ounce, they're not going to pay you $200. They're probably going to pay you somewhere around $160 for that shot. So selling this back to a refiner is not great. You definitely don't want to be buying this stuff for investing or stacking. It's just not a great idea. All right, so that was number 3. What's number 2? Number 2 is actually sterling silver. Now, I know there's going to be some people that are just screaming at their computers or their phones right now saying, Silver Dragons, are you kidding me? Sterling silver is the absolute best thing you could be stacking. You can buy it so cheap from estate sales and thrift stores and stuff like that. And whereas you might be a veteran stacker who can find those sterling silver candlesticks for 25 cents a piece, most of us can't do that. And the other thing is, a lot of things that say they're sterling silver are actually plated sterling silver. So they're not worth very much at all. So for the vast majority of us who are buying silver, you do not want to be buying sterling for stacking or investing. Now I do have a spoon here. See if we can get it to say sterling there. There you go. You can see it's actually stamped sterling. This one here is sterling. However, buying a whole bunch of spoons, just not recommended. Usually when you're going to sell them, you're going to have to sell them just like your silver shot to a refiner. And they're not going to pay you spot for them. Typically it's going to be under spot. And so that is definitely something you need to consider. I do not recommend sterling for either stacking or investing.
Welcome to the real world.
It's just not one of my recommendations. Like I said, if you are a pro, if you're able to find those super good deals, then absolutely go for it. But most of us aren't able to do that. So that's my recommendation. But let's get to the number one worst type of silver for stacking or investing. And that is going to be, without doubt, the high premium silver. So what's the high premium stuff? Well, some people think anything that's $10 over spot or higher is considered high premium, but we have seen American Silver Eagles going for like $10 over spot recently. So I would say high premium is going to be double spot price or higher. Let me give you an example. This particular coin that I bought, this is actually going for $200 right now on APMEX. So you're looking at like $184 premium on this 1 ounce of silver. This is absolutely not recommended for stacking, not recommended for investing. The problem is, if we do see the price of silver go up significantly, what's going to happen to all of that premium? Because again, the premium is just a numismatic premium, really. It's a collector piece, and that's why they're able to charge so much. It's still 1 ounce of silver. And so if the spot price or just the regular price of silver bullion goes up dramatically, that numismatic value typically will be going down. And so you'll either break even on the piece or maybe even lose money potentially. So buying collector stuff can be profitable if you're really experienced in flipping silver and stuff like that. But for stacking purposes, definitely not recommended. And if you think that's a high premium, that's just the tip of the iceberg. You can get crazy premiums like the San Francisco Mint 2019 Enhanced Reverse Proof American Silver Eagle. These are still going for like $800 right now, and it's just 1 ounce of silver. So this stuff you really want to be staying away from. Of course, if you're just buying silver to collect or have fun or whatever, then you can do what you like. But if you're trying to stack and preserve your wealth for a long period of time, or if you're just trying to invest in silver, the high premium stuff is absolutely not recommended.
You mock my pain!
Life is pain, Highness. Anyone who says differently is selling something.
All right, so those were my 3 worst types of silver you could be buying. What are the 3 best types of silver to be buying right now? I'm going to start it off with 1 ounce bullion coins. All right, so when I'm talking about 1 ounce bullion coins, obviously the most notable is the American Silver Eagle. Lots of people have been making videos on these because, yeah, the premiums have been super high on these from certain bullion dealers. However, you still can find American Silver Eagles for like $20 a piece. I've seen them on Instagram going for that recently. So maybe you'd have to buy them private party or some other place than an online bullion dealer, but you still can stack these for a reasonable price. And if you can't find good deals on American Silver Eagles, we'll maybe look at Canadian Maple Leafs. What else we got here? Philharmonics. Potentially the Libertads from Mexico. Maybe you could get a good deal on those. The Kangaroos from Australia, or even the Britannias. So there can be lots of other 1 ounce bullion coins that are great for stacking or investing. The cool thing about them is, number 1, yes, they're backed by governments. But number 2, they also say what they are. So right there, 1 ounce, 3 nines fine silver. It even has a date on it, 2020. So bam, even better. So this pretty much has everything you want for stacking or investing. These are great for reselling. Typically you'll get spot or even sometimes over spot when you're selling your 1 ounce bullion silver coins. So those are a great option. I've stacked quite a few American Silver Eagles. Those are probably my favorite thing to stack. Even though the premiums are fairly high right now, you still can find them for reasonable prices if you know where to look. So I'm just going to say number 3, absolutely 1 ounce silver bullion coins. an excellent option for stacking or investing. Always, always, always. All right, number 2. This is a favorite among stackers, and of course, it's the junk silver. I've made a lot of videos recently on junk silver. In fact, I'm going to be dropping another one on Wednesday, and there's going to be a lot of really important tips for buying this, how to make sure you're not paying too much. So like I said earlier, if you're not subscribed, definitely subscribe to my channel. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you're notified when I post my video on Wednesday if you want to learn all about buying junk silver. But junk silver is great because usually you can buy this right around the spot price of silver. So typically the premiums aren't too high on junk silver, but also it's very recognized, very trusted. And if you don't know what junk silver is, it's basically just half dollars, quarters, or dimes that are from 1964 or older. They're all 90% silver, and these are awesome. They're super highly trusted, basically never counterfeited, because who's going to want to take all the time to counterfeit one dime? These are worth about $1.10, $1.20, something like that right now. So who's going to want to take the time to do that? And besides, that would be forging US currency. That's a felony. So this is great for stacking. I always recommend stacking junk silver. In fact, my goal right now this year is to acquire as much as I can. I've purchased over 100 ounces of it over the last month, and all the purchases I made have been either trades or when I bought from private party. And you still can find really good deals on junk silver. It is excellent for stacking, excellent for investing in. All right, so let's get to the number 1 type of silver bullion right now for stacking or investing, and that is generic silver rounds or generic silver bars. Right now, these are the best, in my opinion, for stacking. This is a generic silver round right here. Yeah, it looks like a Morgan dollar, but it's not. That's just the design. The generic silver rounds come in tubes of 20, like this here. And then the thing about generic silver rounds is right now you can get these fairly cheap. I know some people might be like, oh my gosh, she's touching the fields. Is that a proof? No, these are just generics. They don't really, like, this could tone or get a patina on it, but it doesn't matter. It won't affect the resellability. Generic silver rounds are great because they say what they are. They say 1 ounce, 3/9 fine silver on them somewhere. There you go. 3/9 fine silver at the bottom, 1 troy ounce there at the top. And they're excellent for reselling when you want to sell them. Typically you'll get spot or sometimes a little under spot, but I think that right now they're actually going for over spot when you sell them back. So great for resellability. You can sell these to online bullion dealers, local coin shops. There's lots of people that will buy your 1 ounce generic silver rounds. And then of course, generic silver bars, you can still find at a reasonable price. This one here is actually a Perth Mint bar, 4/9 fine. But this will be great for an example. You can still find stuff like this for under $20 an ounce.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
The rounds or bars. And the great thing is, for me personally, I'm trying to buy silver under $28 an ounce right now. I've said that in previous videos. That's kind of my top end right now. And this stuff is still able to be found. So if you find any good deals on 1 ounce generic silver bars, generic silver rounds, even bigger bars like 10 ounce ones. Here's a really cool 10 ounce dragon bar. This one obviously does have a little bit of a premium on it because it's sort of a collector piece. But 10 ounce or kilo bars, 100 ounce bars, whatever, you can find them still for under $20 an ounce. So these are excellent for stacking, excellent for investing in. I highly recommend generic silver bars or generic silver rounds. Another example of a generic silver round would be like the Buffaloes. Let me see if I got another tube here. How many of these did you buy, Silver Dragons? Here we go. Buffalo, 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine silver. And you can see it's already like milk spotted and stuff, but who cares? It's just a generic, right? All right, so there you go. In my opinion, those were the 3 best and 3 worst types of silver for stacking or investing right now. If you have any thoughts or comments at all, please leave those down below in the comments section. I'd love to get your opinion on the best and worst types of silver to be buying right now. I do want to say a massive thank you so much for watching my video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Silver Dragons, out.